Good day everyone, I am Dr. Karthikeyan. I am here today to speak to the founder members of the PRISM Academy. The PRISM Academy is organizing a conference in Chennai, an integrative medical conference of international speakers in Chennai on the June 21st, 22nd and 23rd. We are here today to talk to members of the PRISM Academy. Firstly, I would like to speak to Dr. Arul, who is the president and founder member of the PRISM Academy. Good day, Dr. Arul. Thank you for joining us.
Good day, thank you.
I would like to start by asking you what is the idea behind start of PRISM Academy when you initially started the PRISM Academy way back in 2016-17.
The idea behind forming the PRISM Academy is to educate the medical colleagues from naturopathy, Ayurveda or yoga, whatever it is, qualified doctors to create a depth knowledge about the integrative medicine, say ozone therapy, chelation, ECP and all these therapies which are very familiar now, not in those days when we started with much resistance among our own colleagues. So that the idea began to start and teach the doctors to practice this form of medicine in their regular practice and promote the practice of biological medicines among the various medical community people. Take for example, we three travel around the world. Any conference we are there. Maximum we travel around 5 to 6 countries in a year. So we meet and integrate with good speakers. That is an opportunity for us to learn new technologies as well as to get acquainted with them. Then we try to bring those speakers into our country so that most of the people in India get benefited by not spending too much. That's the aim. And also technologies are advancing day by day in integrative medicine. Slowly that is getting weaved into the Western medicine. So this is the right time to conduct such conferences so many practitioners will attend and get benefited so they can practice and see to that their patients are all healthy. That's the reason behind this conference.
The Integrative Medical Conference is going to be a gala of international and national speakers. Could you please elaborate on that?
Yes, the first person to attend was Dr. Frank Schallenberger in Mumbai, pre-corona period. Then we had Dr. Robert Rowan. He is also the father of freedom medicine. They used to call him by name in US. He is known as father of freedom medicine because he is the only person in the regular mainstream medicine who fights for these therapies. And next we brought Dr. Johan Lagosny, the inventor of 10-pass method. We had Dr. Syed Tahir and other people, nutritional, IV nutrition, all Sujok acupuncture classes we had in Mumbai, organizing in many places. And finally now again we have brought Schallenberger, which was held in Chennai, attended by a good number of people. In this conference especially we had orthopedics, gynecologists, medical oncologist, surgical gastroenterologist, all these people, and even dentists, anesthetists also are there. Many homeopaths, Siddha practitioners, all of them came and they benefited. Like that, we keep on bringing the best speakers from around the world. We also keep attending all the conferences throughout the world so that we can pick up the best speakers and get them back to our country so that our people with less cost, they learn more at the international level. That's the idea behind this.
Dr. Mohan is a medical director at Concept Hospitals, Chennai, and he is also a founder member of PRISM Academy. Thank you, Dr. Mohan, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
I would like to ask you, sir, how do you see this integrative conference adding values to one's practice and who all should attend this?
Basically, the fundamental idea of organizing this program is when we all travel together to different countries, we take off from our clinic, we spend a lot of money and time, which we find it very difficult because it cannot be affordable to all the people who are here in India, who are our friend practitioners and colleagues and people. So we thought, why not we take this information to our country so that everyone can attend in their own pace, as well as the cost that is involved into learning these procedures and knowledge is far a fraction of what we normally spend. So fundamentally that is the first idea. Number two is there is so much of new things that is happening all over the world, and getting to know these things on a regular basis will upgrade our consciousness as well as our technologies what we are using, and finally at the end of the day we the beneficiary or the patient. So we thought, why not we extend this and educate our colleagues in the new developments, new technologies, and a lot of new instrumentations. This can be done at a very low cost in our own place without much of travel. So that is primarily the first reason for this. And we are always in the quest for identifying the best teachers in the specific fields, and we talk to them, find out whether it will be suitable for our country, for our type of practice, for our type of legal constraints, and the affordabilities, and all these things we take into consideration, and finally we decide on the or zero in on the speakers, and finally at the end of the day we get the best of the speakers and the best of the knowledge that we passed on to our colleagues. That is primarily the main target for or the reason for organizing these type of programs.
You speak about a couple of speakers. Can you name them and tell them what the people who are attending this conference, who they are, so that they know and they get benefited from this knowledge?
In the conference, there are going to be about 16 to 18 speakers. And out of this, about 13 to 14 are from international faculty. 3 or 4 are from from India, rather I would say like that. So these international faculties are all top of the field people in their own specialities. Let's say, for example, Thomas Levy. He is synonymous with vitamin C. He is one of the most experienced and the best teacher on all aspects of usage of vitamin C, its effectiveness, drawbacks, and how it has to be administered, which is not normally taught in our medical schools, and this being a very important part of our functional medicine. So Thomas Levy, who is number one, I would say, in the world, getting to hear from him is really a boon for us. So fortunately, I accepted it, and he is here for our conference. Next, Thomas Inui from Osaka, Japan. He is a specialist in sonodynamic therapy and GCMAP. He is a very experienced therapist and he is doing wonderful work in Japan, and he is a fantastic teacher, and it is also nice to hear from him, and he will share all his experiences on sonodynamic therapy, which is a new subject. Most of the people have not heard about it, and it is a fantastic opportunity to learn from him. The next is Dr. John Su. He is from Singapore. He is an integrated medical specialist, and he will be talking more on cancer treatment and many of the integrated medical aspects, and he will share his experience on some of his successful patients' therapies, and it is again, he is a very good speaker. It's worth attending his program too. And Taufik Benjamin, Dr. Taufik Benjamin is from Australia, Gold Coast, Australia. He is again a very good teacher. He is basically going to focus on energy medicine, Rife therapies, enzymes, and many more. And he is also very experienced in cancer therapy, and he is a very good sought after practitioner in Australia. I am sure these are the stalwarts in these conferences, in our conference here, and it's going to be a very big eye opener for all of us.
Can I add one more name to it, Doctor? Dr. Nazarov. He is also an authority on ozone therapy.
Of course, yes.
He's from Russia, and he will be joining us for this conference, and he will be showcasing ozone and hydrogen therapy as well for us in this conference. So that is another bonus for us. Dr. Chandan is a dermatologist practicing at Chennai. He is a leading light in the field of aesthetic medicine, cosmetology, and regenerative medicine. He is currently medical director at Anya Medical Center. Thank you, Dr. Chandan, for joining us.
Thank you, Dr. Karthik.
What is your message to the young doctors today who are fresh out of medical school and are wondering which specialty should I choose to go into post-graduation? And is this regenerative functional medicine and a good enough option for them to pursue?
The getting a degree is only the beginning of the journey. You have to keep updating yourself regularly and keep up with the latest advances in our field. Now, if you want to do a specialty and become a cardiologist or an endocrinologist, like anything like that, subspecialty, you are not treating the whole body. Now, if you can, because it's like a music symphony, treating a patient is also like when you go to a musician and you see a symphony, everything has to sync together. You cannot have each individual instrument in a music orchestra playing on their own. Everything has to play together. The body, human body, each and every organ also has to be like that, in sync with each other. Now, unless one doctorate treats you as a whole, this will not happen because too many cooks will spoil the broth. Ideally, integrative medicine is the way forward where you understand it and treat the root cause of the disease. This is what we are trying to do with integrative medicine.
Now, someone who is interested and looking at this as an option, what do you, what is their career graph going to look like? Because they are all going to be interested in that.
Yes.
What sort of patients do you think they will attract, and how will they progress as they go along in their respective fields?
So, if you look at the agenda for the conference itself, a lot of people will be wondering why so much emphasis on cancer. Because if you look at Thomas Levy, vitamin C is used for cancer. Toshio Inoue, again, we have cancer. John Su is talking about cancer. The most important thing you have to realize in cancer is anti-cancer is anti-aging. If you are treating cancer, even in a normal patient who does not have cancer, if your goal is anti-cancer, you will make that person age less. It is anti-aging. True anti-aging is anti-cancer treatment.
Well said.
This is what we are trying to achieve. And if the people who come to this conference understand this, aware of this, and work towards this goal, then they'll have very happy patients who will be with them forever.
Good. And one more question I want to ask you: where do you see the future of integrative medicine in 10 years' time? And the other way to put the question is: do you think the practitioners of integrative medicine today are 10 years ahead of your colleagues who are practicing?
See, 10, 15 years back, we were 10 years ahead. Now, with the advent of digital technologies and all that, the gap is no longer 10 years. I would say maybe we are ahead by 3 to 4 years. If there is somebody who is out there willing to learn these things, within 3 to 4 years, they can catch up with the rest of the advanced doctors. Because, like, for example, I started exosomes maybe 3 years ago. Right now, it is the in thing in the market, in the aesthetic market. Exosomes, almost 10, 15 companies in India are launching exosomes. So it takes, the gap has significantly reduced. But yes, we are still ahead of the rest of the world.
Where do you see the PRISM Academy in 10 years' time?
The main aim of PRISM Academy is just display knowledge. So, if we are able to successfully train doctors and make them better doctors who will have the benefit of the patient at their heart, then we are successful.
Sir, we want to come back to Dr. Arul for his future plans as the current president of PRISM Academy.
We want to get more doctors enrolled into these training sessions and see to that they practice in every nook and corner of the country. In just preventing the health, let us not go to illness. We will stick to wellness with these therapies. We want to do that and conduct learning courses, maybe affiliating with other universities both in national and international level, conducting online courses, offline courses, physical presence, everything. We will keep doing this. And we have got few orthopedics also now. It's a good sign. They also start practicing also. They will also come into this forum.
Another question to Dr. Mohan. So you're in a unique position to answer this due to your experience with the various modalities of therapy, what you do. See, the current government, central government is pushing for integration, amalgamation of various specialities, Ayush especially, to try and become mainstream, to bring it into the mainstream. with the push of the federal government and with the integration of various medical streams post COVID, the awareness of the general public is also increasing.
Yeah.
So, where do you see this going in the future? How are these factors going to play out in the future for the integrative medicine for the benefit of both the doctors and the patients?
That's a nice question, Dr. Karthik. Basically, the government is pro-integrative, right? So, people have understood that just managing any disease with one stream alone is not sufficient or not enough to have a complete cure. So, we always need to have an integration of multiple modalities with multiple different doctors under one roof, or one doctor having multiple streams of knowledge, and he can be far superior to his other colleagues because he has multiple weapons to treat the same condition. So, if we are able to create people, doctors, with more knowledge on integrative sciences, it will be a real eye opener for the medical doctors as well as all stream of medical people to create a or to give a holistic treatment modalities to them, and at the same time these are all time tested and researched combinations which will be safer to administer, and in the long run with the new advent of this artificial intelligence and all those things, I think this integrative medicine and this combination is going to be the future of medicine, and the new doctors or young doctors have to take note of this and start focusing on this rather than focusing on one single modalities or one single stream. So, with the government in our favor, I think this integrated medicine and our effort is going to bear a big fruit in future, and will be going to be so much helpful to the patients or the people as well as to the medical healers rather, I would say, because we don't confine ourselves to one stream. We have people from various streams of medicine. We encourage them to combine into the treatment. So, but we are not diluting. Some people will say that how you can combine these two things, because sometimes what happens is the mode of action of different medicines are in different dimensions, so they never conflict. And moreover, it's been researched for a longer time, and we have found out that in the last 2 decades, there we never find any conflict with when you administer two different type of modalities, but it only adds up to the value, and the curative effect is better, and the time duration for cure is also shorter. So, we in PRISM Academy, we all joined together and had discussions multiple times, and we wanted to give it to the doctors as well as to the public the best what is in store at this point of time, and in the combination with what is in future, like with this AI and all those things. That is our main aim in promoting these type of conferences, in spreading this knowledge, creating awareness basically among doctors as well as the general public.
Thank you, Dr. Mohan. I think that pretty much sums up the reason why PRISM Academy is organizing the upcoming conference in June. Dr. Mohan used the term healers. So I see the doctors here as healers, wishing to heal the society, wishing to heal the patients, and for the betterment of the community at large. So with that, I would like to wrap up and say thank you for the doctors for spending their valuable time here. And we wish to see you all at the Chennai conference in June. It's on the June 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And the details will be all shared with you through various sort of modalities very shortly. And we look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, viewers. We are excited to see you in Chennai in June on 21st, 22nd, and 23rd at Lee Meridian Hotel. And we all join together in upgrading our consciousness to the next level of knowledge, and will be fully loaded with knowledge, I'm sure, with all our fantastic line of speakers, and we are going to join together and promote the healing to the entire human community.
Friends, kindly do join this conference and get yourself updated and upgraded with the latest in integrative medicine, especially in cancer and other disorders. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
Hope to see you all in June for a rich learning experience.
I thank you all the founder members, Dr. Arul, Dr. Mohan and Dr. Chandan for sparing the time and sharing their thoughts on this upcoming Integrative Medical Conference at Chennai in the month of June on 21st, 22nd and 23rd. Now, from the last point what Dr. Mohan said, doctors as healers for the betterment of the community, for the betterment of the patients and upliftment of a whole host of integrative medical practitioners of the future. This will be the testament of PRISM Academy, and I wish them all the very best and success in their upcoming conference, and we look forward to seeing and hearing from the best of their respective fields here in Chennai. We hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.